What's going on, peoples? Welcome back to another episode of the Chris Dillard Experience. Y'all already know what time it is, man. As always, man, we bring y'all the top in entertainment, sports, interviews, you name it, we have it. Welcome to another Thursday edition. Once again, y'all already know, man, we kicking off. We got a special show for y'all. I had to put on my new hoodie because first of all it made me feel skinny. And that's first of all. So I'm looking at myself right now, like, yeah, it actually do got me looking kind of small on camera. I got that Luther Vandross going on. 1 minute you're big, 1 minute you're small. 1 minute you're big, 1 minute you're small. But nonetheless, I'm feeling groovy right now, man. Come on in, come on in. As always, invite your cousins, your sisters, your family members. It's been a very special week. It's been a very, very, very special week, and we're gonna continue that on with the essence of excellence with today's interviews. So let's jump right into today's news. Let's jump right into today's everything. Yesterday, history was made. Whew, history was made yesterday. And if you don't know, let me break down history. So first of all, the first history that was maybe about 2 weeks ago. For some of y'all that don't know what I'm talking about, it was some history that was made 2 weeks ago. And that was the history that was made 2 weeks ago was McDonald's bought back the McRib. Good God Almighty. Hebo Shanda Shana. McDonald's bought back the McRib a couple weeks ago, and that was history. You understand? So that's the kind of history I'm talking about. History. Yesterday, the White House swore in a brand new presidente by the name of Joe Biden, and accompanied with him is a lady who represents so many different ethnicities, including minorities, just all across the globe of America. So it was a day that was recognized. So she's part Indian, she's part Black, she's part. It was about seven different things, and so we made history because yesterday not only was it the first woman vice president in history, but it was the first vice president woman in history. Plus, she was of diverse ethnicity. Yep. It went down yesterday. So if you missed it, everybody had on that Chuck Taylors and they pearls, and people went crazy because they was putting pearls on stuff that you don't even supposed to put pearls on. One lady put pearls on her puppy. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, if we're gonna represent, let's represent. And not only that, but Monday was Martin Luther King Day, right? So we represented Martin Luther King, and then on yesterday we represented in the White House. We got Peach Man out of there, and we ushered in a brand new president. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it can't get any, it can't go backwards. It only can go forward. And then second of all, to y'all that was rocking all of these chucks and pearls yesterday, I hope some of y'all washed those pearls off because y'all was out sweating in these pearls and doing all kind of craziness in these pearls, knowing daggone well you got to take them back to your grandmother because a dude is not buying females pearls no more. They barely know how to date these days. So I know a man ain't just gonna go buy no pearls. So, and I know some of y'all done borrowed your pearls from your grandmother. If you got a grandmother named Betty, Charlene, Janice, Edna, or Esther, she got pearls. Period. Because you don't have no name like Esther and you don't have no name. You don't have no name like Esther or Edna and don't have no pearls. So you're not finna tell me that you didn't get your pearls from your grandmother Esther or Edna. So that's first of all. So ladies, I understand y'all wore y'all pearls yesterday, but get them back to the store so you can get your full refund because some of y'all kept the tag so y'all can take these pearls back, right? So I know today JC Penney probably went crazy with all the returns, but nonetheless, we showed out and we showed off yesterday. And on top of that, they had 35,000 fireworks lighting the sky. They had a gospel song. They had a gospel concert last night. So if you tuned in last night, you was able to see the gospel concert that they had going on. they just had like the lightning. Just it was a beautiful scene. So if you missed it, you still have your chance to go pay for it and watch it, or like I know half of y'all have, just go on Fire Stick. Cause most of y'all still in cable anyway, so you might as well just go ahead and watch it on your Fire Stick. Um, because it was definitely a beautiful day yesterday. Also, it was a young lady who did a poem yesterday, and like it was crazy. Like she did this poem. Her name was Amanda Gorman, and she read a poem yesterday. And after she read that poem, now watch this, y'all. Let me show y'all how God works. Let me tell y'all how obedience works. Right? She read this poem. She didn't know the magnitude of what was going to happen. All she knew was she was asked to read this poem, and she was just going to be obedient. She was going to do it. And so she did this poem. And when she went to sleep and woke up this morning, she had 2 books that's scheduled to come out on Amazon. Her books turned to national sellers through pre-orders because people was digging her poems. People was digging her poems, so they pre-order her book. Like, it's crazy to go and do something, to follow your dream, and just to do something and be, just like a regular. But to do what you was asked to do, and once you do it, you see the manifestation of God. Like, you see the manifestation of, what's going on. So shout out to Miss Amanda Gorman, because you famous now, child. Sports for y'all Washington football team. Like, first of all, we're gonna protest because I'm tired of y'all need to get a name, right? Y'all needs to get a name for y'all football team, because I'm not finna represent nobody's team that don't have a name. That's just flat out backwards. But y'all got rid of Dwayne Haskins. But guess what? The bounce back is real, because Dwayne Haskins just signed a deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that only can mean one thing: that Big Ben might be on his way out of Pittsburgh. So if that's the case, Big Ben, don't go play for nobody else. Just leave and let Pittsburgh start the rebuilding process, because Dwayne Haskins, you definitely let us down in DC. So we're hoping that you can bounce back and get it together with them Steelers. So yeah, Washington football fans, y'all might have a little bit of hope after all. But that's our entertainment news for the day. Once again, if you missed anything yesterday, I challenge you to go and watch a replay of yesterday, even if you got to go and steal it on the Fire Stick. Now I'm lying. Don't go steal nothing on the Fire Stick, because I don't need nobody telling me, anybody that Chris told them to go steal cable on the Fire Stick. Mom. So we about to get into today, man, because today is a special day. Today is going down. We finna get it in, and we're gonna have some fun today, y'all. Because as always, y'all know how it go. Last week we had Jason Nelson on the show. We had Miss Juicy on the show. So we just gonna continue on with that spirit of excellence with one of my favorite labels ever. Because they so transparent, they so real, and the stuff that they do for the community, the stuff that they do just for the essence of, in the spirit of being obedient, it just sets up a whole gateway. And plus the music is fire, and some of y'all know, music, that was my first love. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all been with me and follow me since my Def Jam days, since my Bone Crusher and my single, and then y'all was with me when I transitioned over and got saved. So I appreciate y'all, like, in every aspect of my life that y'all been supporting me. But my favorite label, we blessed and honored to have 2 of God Over Money's artists on the show today. And we about to get it in. And I want to invite on to the show none other than Miss AI and F. What's good, peoples?
What up?
Oh man, I'm good. Like, you running away from somebody over there? What, you in a high speed state?
Bumps,
No,
where your light at, Bumps, man?
Bro, I ain't got no light, man. You a Christian with no light,
This
man.
There you go.
All right, yeah.
Okay. And then there was
Does
bright.
it help? Yeah, it helps.
I gotta do it from the road, man.
AI, he was over there like he was on POF.com trying to take a picture in the dark and
What you got going on over there? No, I can't.
yeah, what you really got going on, man? How you
You
doing,
in a-
sir?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh man, thank y'all for coming on. What's going
Yeah,
on,
thank you for
AI?
having me. What's up? What's up?
Hey, now
How
what's
you
up
doing?
with you? I'm
Man,
I'm
chilling.
good. Just hanging in there trying to lose weight. It ain't been going as according to plan, but nonetheless, God
Hey,
is
man.
good.
You and
Yeah.
me both. You and me
It's
both.
them New Year's resolutions get real, but how you have a New Year's resolution of trying to lose weight, but then the only thing we do when bringing the New Year's in is cook food? Like that don't
Man,
even match.
hey.
So I blame it on my church, honestly, because you can't have pig feet, rams, grilled chicken. After I just told you, Pastor, that I was trying to lose weight, that ain't even.
I mean, you gotta revert to the Luke 4 situation,
What's that? Talk to me.
or Jesus was tempted in the Jesus was tempted and he ain't fall for the temptation. You gotta stop at the temptations.
That's kind of hard when you got to play the yams in front of you. AI just don't work that easy.
I mean, the devil was like, "Here's a stone, turned it into bread," but Jesus was like, "Nah, man, you
Yeah,
gotta get it."
yeah.
Bread ain't yams though, sis. Like
I
that's
know
more
it's not.
blasphemous to turn it
Thank you, thank
down.
you, thank you, thank you, Bumps. Because she trying to compare yams and bread together. That's like comparing that's a pit bull and a Yorkie. They don't even like
Right.
Oh no.
they
That's
kind of
steak
different.
to a double cheeseburger, you know, like
Right. How about that?
It depends on who made them yams.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
oh
true.
The
my
would
goodness.
one of the mothers of the church make them yams.
Yeah, it's a done deal, ain't it?
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
Now, if little sister, and it's always somebody whose name start with like a J or something like Sister Janet or Sister
Sister
Joanna,
Janice.
and she
Yep.
compared it.
With the big hat,
Yep. Like, why are you
you know.
bringing food? We
Mhm.
told you
The
napkins.
gloves.
Yep. We told you napkins. Why do you have yams? And then we all forced to eat it because don't nobody want to be disrespectful to Sister
Nah.
Janet.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, you can't be disrespectful.
Yeah, you can't.
That's blasphemous.
So what's going on, everybody? What y'all been working on
We
during this
chilling.
pandemic?
Man, just trying to survive. No, I've been working. I've been doing a lot of, obviously creating, working within my community, just figuring out ways that I can offer up my skills, talents, expertise in different areas to uplift different spaces. But also trying to maintain the home life, right? Like my son is home, my daughter's home. He's 13, she's 4. My husband's home working, and then I'm working too. So it's just a lot of different things going on at home, and it's just trying to, balance and manage all of that. But overall, man, God is good.
Absolutely. That's what's up, man. What about you, Bumps? What you been doing to maintain?
Oh my goodness. Not maintaining really. If I explained it all, no one would believe me. But I've never been busier in my life. Like a lot of it good, like a lot of it music wise. But not even never been in a time like more creative than this, but also dealing with a lot of like crazy stuff. Because I know sis, she got just 2, and it's crazy. I got 7 kids now, so on top of the full-time gig. Not to compare, but it just my life is pretty crazy all the time anyway, but like it's reached new heights recently. But I'm
Yeah,
pretty excited about the music part of it, so it was getting me through.
yeah, that's what it's about. So speaking of the music, so I mean we got the pandemic going on, we got like there's so many things just going on in the world today. So how has the pandemic, like how has all of this stuff like worked towards both of y'all's creative process with your writing now?
Go ahead, sis. You go first.
Yeah, well, just with anything in my life, like as I experience things, I'm writing and reflecting based off of my experiences, and just talking about it from my perspective. So with all of the stresses and stuff that's been going on, there's certain music, of course, is going to be influenced by that. For example, Relentless, the track that was just released not too long ago, me and Biz, that song was a song that, you know, was birthed during the pandemic. And like the hook is just basically speaking to like being afraid, not knowing what to do, like the fear of the unknown, like what am I supposed to do right now? And just you know, and those verses being that constant reminder of, you know, pushing through and having the faith and, you know, just like suck it up and make moves, you know, type of thing. So definitely has been, this whole situation has been kind of influencing, you know, some music, but also influencing my faith. You know, I feel like my faith has gotten stronger through certain processes. You know, there's times where I was real weak, and still I'm weak in some areas. And there's times where, you know, there's things that I've realized about myself, like, oh shoot, I need to get better in this area, you know. So I'm a constant work in progress, you know. So the pandemic definitely showcased a lot of different things within me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What about you, Bumps?
Oh, everything she said was solid. Like so much of it, this whole process, well, just life in general, you know, is how you approach it and how you see it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll just share like a little bit of the negative side of like the music part of it. Just because I've been working on like multiple projects, right? And for the last few years, I got a joint project with one of my good homies from Canada, or he's from Toronto, and because of COVID and everything, like from what he tells me, is like even, you know, it's crazy lockdown in comparison to like we were just in LA was like a week ago or maybe a month ago.
Um,
And I guess from America's standard, like that was like the most lockdown, at least the rest, like New York and LA, at least that's what you hear. But from, you know, what he says, it's like Canada's pretty, like it's even worse than that. So it's hindered some of like, you know, certain things, but then in other ways, it's kind of forced us to just keep creating, like in the ways that we had been creating. So I feel like it probably will make for, not probably, it will for like a way better project, because like we did some of the best things we've done, like, and you know, we've been doing it for like 3 years, and some of like more recently, because I can't go up to Toronto, or even just another example for like another project that's not ours, but it's like one of my solo projects. Having trouble with one of the homies up there even recording the verse, because like there's no studios open, so it's like frustrating, but there's pros and cons. You know what I mean? You just gotta roll with it, really.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. You gotta roll with it.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
It's like in this pandemic, man, it definitely has created so many challenges, but then it also has challenged so many people to step out on faith. You know what I'm saying? There's people who've been talking about, I want to write a book, or I want to, you know, I want to get back to music, or I want to do this, this, and this. And like I tell everybody all the time, like this is the perfect time to trust God, because you don't have nothing else to do during this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, but trust God. So whatever your talent is, whatever it is that He put in you to do, like this is the best time to work on your gift, to work on your talent. Um,
Exactly.
like you have to. So with that, there's so many people out there right now who's inspired by you, AI, but inspired by you, Bumps, with, you know, y'all stepping out and on faith and just humbling yourselves to do what thus says the Lord. So what's your advice to somebody who right now is trying to figure out what how to step out on faith and just trust the process, especially like with y'all stepping out on faith and then getting signed with a label? What's your advice to them to just keep on going, because you never know where you're going to land at? God knows, but you got to keep pushing to see that.
You want
you
to go,
want to go for
Bumps?
this? Oh, I'm just defaulting to you first by default. I can go where it's just so
Bumps.
ladies first, right?
Ladies first, ladies first.
You know, I think throughout the time, this time, like I guess we could say career within music. Honestly, I wasn't pursuing music in a way in which like, oh, I really want to make a career out of this. Music has always been a remedy for me. Music has always been just this passion and this tool that I used for me first to kind of cope through circumstances that were going on in my life. So I stayed true to that um true to who I was within music, but also being open to understanding and interpreting and evaluating critiques. So I'm taking your question as if you're talking about individuals who are, up and coming artists within the faith, right? Who
Mhm.
may want advice. So my advice is, one, continue to seek God's face,
Mhm.
continue to read the word of God, and continue to understand, that it is the utmost importance is to have a relationship with him, and that's through anything. The next thing I would say is to understand that ministry is the outgrowth of oneself. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't look at music as like, oh, music is my ministry. Because if you look at it and music is being your ministry, you forget that ministry is also you being a wife, you being a husband, you being a
Oh,
mother,
come on.
you being an employee, an entrepreneur, you being a citizen of this city or of this country. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the outgrowth of oneself. So never forget that, which means that you got to constantly check yourself before you wreck yourself. And then the other
Mhm.
thing I would say is to, when you're in circumstances where you're putting out music that you feel like is good, and then you come across individuals who speak against it, or say, oh man, that's trash, or they have negative comments or things like that, I would say, listen, interpret, and evaluate what they're saying. Because a lot of times people feel like, oh man, like, I'm not getting anywhere, nobody's listening to me, people are sleeping on me. First of all, keep your mind on what's above, and then also always be in tune to, like, what people are saying, but interpret and evaluate what they're saying. So
Mhm.
don't allow certain things to make you change your style, because I speak on it as far as I'm concerned. I have a style that may be a little different. It was tough to maintain that, though. I had to continue being encouraged and continue being strong and being like, yo, this is who I am, but accepting critique and listening and then interpreting that. And if I need to make changes, make changes. So those are the three things I'd say overall as encouragement.
Got you. But that style is fire. Like my joint is East Side.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
like you know what I mean? Like yeah. So the movement is real. And you can truly see what God is doing in your life, like through your music. Like your music it definitely speaks. You know what I'm saying? But I like how you said, don't just make your one thing and call that's your ministry, because that definitely kind of put you in that bubble. So yeah,
Yeah, no doubt.
go ahead, Bumps.
Yeah. Oh, she said it all already, I think.
Got you.
But
Yeah, so
it does require a balance, right? Like similar to like what she said, you know, I can almost share like both, obviously, like pros but also cons of like the approach of I wasn't looking for, getting signed. I've always approached music as like what she said, like I would have never stopped doing music, even if for free or whatever. It was just because I like to do it, which is probably a good approach. I always tell my kids, what I'm saying, just told my daughter this the other day, like, you do what you love, never work a day in your life, kind of thing, right?
mhm,
And I was
absolutely.
within the city that I came up in, and like obviously the landscape of Christian hip hop was real different, but I was the guy who literally was not chasing at all. Like, and I don't say that to like boast or like I wasn't even trying, sort of thing, but like it was always my kids first, or you know what I'm saying? Like I had kids, a job that
Right.
had to be, and I knew cats that like either were either struggling with it or just outright like neglecting the essentials to pursue their purpose. You know what I'm saying? Which, it's got to, there's still ways to pursue your purpose and not neglect, the things that, at least if we're talking specifically the Christian space, like what God has you, that you're, like she said, your first ministry is, there's an order for things. So it might look different for somebody if he's single, but like for folks that are married, got kids, you got to take care of that first. But I say all that to say that, you know, most people, for the people who've ever heard me share like how I came, even to get signed to God Over Money, it was literally like something like an accident. It was a joke. Like I was at work, at an account. I had like an appointment with an account in like 10 minutes. And I was looking, I think it was on Twitter, and I seen Biz had posted some contest. Mind you, never in my life I've ever did anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Even entertained the idea of doing that. And then I wrote the Christ Reigns verse in like 10 minutes. And then immediately it started the friendship, and he was just like, I was kind of blown away how much he liked it. We just started creating from there. And, but to share some of the negatives, it was like, I came into it and still very much of like very ignorant of the business side of things and how to, and especially in this like ever changing, I don't know what you would even call it, just, the music landscape, social media, just how to move and operate. Like you got to kind of study your craft to some, not to mean that you should go all in like that and forsake like, the other stuff. But I feel like in a lot of ways that kind of hurt me, because all I knew how to do was just make music. So when there was like 19 other, that worked out fine when it was just me and Biz, you know what I'm saying? But like when there's a bunch of other artists, it was like, yo, you kind of gotta take the shit from here. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so in hindsight, I don't regret any of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad, and I feel blessed that I made those decisions, like to take care of the family. But I just wish I would have maybe learn the craft a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Took it a little bit more serious rather. So I don't even know, like at this point I forgot what the original question was, and I'm just
no, you definitely touched on the question bumps, because I think people need to hear that, because a lot of times as artists, like a lot of times people just see other people's growth. And you see numbers and the nice things, the makeup and the video shoots and all of this cool stuff that's flashy, and you don't always see the back end of it, where it's like the anxiety and like, oh shoot, like the song can't drop on this date, you have to push it back, and then the not knowing stuff, and then the business side of it, and not understanding certain things when it comes to splits. Like I was just talking to someone reached out to me and DM'd me to ask me about splits, performance rights and stuff like that. Like, yo, I remember it was a time where I had no idea what that was.
What it even was.
To the point where I didn't even register in my songs. I'm just out here making music thinking, oh, I got my music out there, and you're not getting paid for anything. You just put it out music. Then I learned the process, and it's a growth and a development over time. Like I think that one of the things that, at least while you were talking, was screaming out to me was like process and patience in it.
I think what's really important too is like, especially from a Christian coming into music, like as much as you possibly can, like you have to like remove any expectations. There's too many, like I feel like some of the most talented people that like are a million more times better rappers, singers, musicians than me are literally like, my friends who no one knows who they are. And like I can, as artists seem to, I don't want to say be more sensitive, but like what this was saying about like, I don't know, you know how like you could get 10 positive comments and then you get one, and that's the one that seems to stick out with, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of,
yeah.
But I don't know, it's just, you can be so talented, because I've seen it so many times. That's why the only way I can explain it, and even like, why I'm not saying I'm big by any stretch, but like it's like God is the one who does the exalting, I think. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't indicate that you're doing something bad or wrong, but like that kind of goes back to that first point. Like, yo, if you're gonna do it, just do it because you love to do it. Because I'm not God, and like you literally could I don't know, like you can be Michael Jackson reincarnated, and you might not pop off. I don't know why to tie. You know what I'm saying? Like to tie everything in, like we were saying, there's pros and cons. Like even you take social media, right? So there's never been a better time for anybody. Like I've heard music that was made on an iPhone with a little Apple headphones that sounded incredible.
That was
And I
dope.
don't,
Yeah.
I've heard like, you know, Kanye West songs like, yo, he produced that. But my point is like, there's like so many pros but there's cons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's impossible to make money with streaming. You know, streaming services. But
Right.
it's accessible to everybody. You know, so you might have a better
Yeah.
chance of getting exposed. But you're also in there with every Joe Schmo to where like, well, I've been like this for years, but like I don't tell anybody I rap. You know, it's almost embarrassing because everybody and their mom raps these days. And then you don't want to be air. I can't be like, no, I really do it though. And like, you know, it look like a douchebag, but you get what I'm saying?
No, I
like,
rap.
Yeah.
Right. I've had people do that. It's so embarrassing.
That people need to understand, like your destiny is not tied to social media numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like your destiny, who God has for you to reach, what God is trying to have you to do, like that's not attached to how many likes you get. Like people always ask me all the time, like, man, I'm only getting one like. And I'm like, but that's one person that you reach though. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta shift your mindset to stop looking at the numbers and look at what you're doing. Look at your ministry.
Some of the best advice I ever got, bro, was we were at an Applebee's and Thizzle was talking to it was me and another homie, producer friend, and some other, and that was like, I heard him say that first, but it's so important because I feel like every artist wrestles with that. But the gist of what he said, you know, because this was probably 10, 15 years ago, like, stop trying to appeal to everybody. Like music is objective, right? So like, not everyone's gonna like your sound, regardless if you try to make it accept. Like what you said earlier, sis. Like you have a specific style, it's unique, and I don't know what your plateau is or mine. You know what I'm saying? But it's like once you have that, your core fan base, cultivate them, and you know what I'm saying. Do it. That's how. But so much as artists, it's like you constantly wrestle with. And
you want more, you want more.
Right. 100. Or what I've wrestled with, it's like, okay, to my local buddy who can wrap circles around me has 3 followers. He probably has, man, why don't I have the followers that Bumps has, right? But then here's Bumps like, yo, if I never attain the same success that a Lecrae or an NF has, does that mean I did something wrong or like am I being punished because of sin? You know what I'm saying? Like there are doubts that
it's really ridiculous.
Yeah, of course. And then, but the reality is, it's like maybe God just wants me to speak to these, you know what I'm saying, X amount of people. It's all like how you approach it, I guess. But it's easier said than done for sure.
Right. And then what's wrong with cultivating relationships with those that are there? I noticed that a lot of times it's like, you know, it's like not everybody, but a lot of people they want more. Like I said, you know, more followers, right? More followers. Yeah. Like more. I remember for me, like social media I dreaded social media. I'm like, ugh, I'm an introvert, you know, surprisingly. Like I like to keep to myself. I don't like a lot of attention, but I had to go through this process of understanding like, okay, I have a story to tell that I feel like should be told. I have the choice to tell that story or not. I have the choice of how I'm going to tell the story. I happen to really love hip hop. I happen to love jazz. I happen to love poetry. I love the arts. So I'm going to use those passions and skills, tools to tell my story. And whoever's interested in hearing my story in the way in which I deliver it, then that's my audience. Whoever is my audience, that's who I'm gonna speak to. You know, I started to look at social media. I've said this before, but I used to dread it. And then I started to look at it differently. Instead of looking at it like, man, like, why are all these people following me? Who am I? And not engaging with them, I started to look at those numbers as like, these individuals have come to my house. This social media space is my lodging space. And they've come to my house. And so am I going to just say, hey, okay, y'all could be here and just hang out and I'll be in the basement? Or am I going to show hospitality and continue to showcase like, this is who I am and just be authentically me, and whoever stays, stays, whoever goes, goes. Cause there's lots of other houses and lots of other artists who are dope and do great. There's lots of other ones out there. And that's another thing I wanted to speak to as far as encouraging artists to like, yo, like it's a fine line in this, right? Because we can say don't pay attention to what people say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you should, in a sense. I just don't think you should get wrapped up in it as if it's the end all be all and as if it's the goal to please people. Especially in a space where we live by faith, you shouldn't be trying to please people. That shouldn't be the main thing. You should be trying to please God. And so in that's why I try to say interpret and evaluate. Interpret and evaluate. When people are coming into your space saying certain things or whatever the case is, interpret and evaluate. Who is the person? How much information do they know? How much do they know about what you do? Interpret what they're saying, evaluate, make changes, or keep rocking,
And real quick, I know you're a Buffalo Bills fan, so what's the score? What's the score gonna be?
Of course.
What we got going on?
See, that's the thing with me. I'm not saying no scores. I don't be talking on no like we gonna win. I say may the best team win. I'll be rooting for the Bills.
Now y'all been the little giants for so many years, and now y'all got your opportunity to have a little bit of I need you to. So, all right, no score. Are we gonna win? So are we gonna win? I mean, are we? What are we looking at? Are we looking at a good fight though? At least
we're looking at a real good fight.
Say that again.
I've been out the loop all week. Is Mahomes even playing?
Yeah, is he playing?
So from what I seen today is that he did work out today. So we might have action on
Mahomes get on that field. It's gonna be a fight. I really hope we take him down. Like I actually respect him. I think he's a really good player. I'm not that type, I'm not that type to be on some like, yeah, man, forget all of them. It's all about the Bills. It is all about the Bills, however.
Right.
Bills Mafia. But I respect Holmes, but I do want them to lose. I want them to lose and I want us to win because I feel like it's our time and we should win. And it's been a long time and it's about time for our city to be on the map, man. If we not already on the map. Everybody has constantly tried to downgrade Buffalo, bruh. Always just consistently, just kind of putting us in the corner. Oh, they're not going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Then we constantly showing these people we out here. So I'm just like, yo, just give us the respect that's due and let us do what we need to do. We trying to go to the Super Bowl.
Got you. You a Buffalo fan too, Bumps, or who you like?
All right, so I'm a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan who lives in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm laughing as she's talking about Buffalo's woes because it's like, it must be nice that you know what I'm saying? Well, if
y'all kept smacking us.
Buffalo and Cleveland are very similar especially in regard to the woes of our sports. I know I'll root for the Browns like hella hardcore whenever they're not playing my Steelers, just because I get happy when like my people are happy. So I want the city to win. And even like with Buffalo, swear on everything, like my 7-year-old who's obsessed with football, he comes up to me, he's like, Daddy, who we gonna root for now, type of thing. And I was like, you know what? When I was your age, I watched Buffalo lose 4 straight Super Bowls. Like, I don't know why I empathize with that so much. I'm like, I would love for them to get one. I always root for the underdog. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's almost worse than Cleveland not making a Super Bowl, in my opinion, because as a Steelers fan, I know how emotionally invested I was in every Super Bowl we played. Mm-hmm. But when we lost, when I was 10 years old to the Cowboys, I cried like a baby. But then again, you know what I'm saying? I cried when Indians lost in the bottom of the 9th of the World Series. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get the heartache of being so close. Not that because I do love the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Kelsey boys, he's a Clevelander. Patrick Mahomes, they got some good dudes on that team. But like, I want to see let's spread it around a little bit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
With that said, I think they're gonna get smacked. If I'm a betting man, if Mahomes is playing, I feel like last Sunday that might have been the most beatable they'll look. You know what I'm saying? But what do I know?
You're definitely gonna work and learn from.
That's right, Bumps. What do you know?
So AI, we riding with you, AI. So we all riding. That's two or more
That's
touching together. So we're gonna see what happens. But real quick before we go, what's next for you two?
Go ahead, sis.
So I have, as a matter of fact, I got a single coming out tomorrow called Facts. So I'm excited about that. That's gonna drop with a music video along with it, and then the album. The album drops next Friday called Souls Acrylic. I'm really excited about that, man. So what you can expect is like who I am authentically. I got into my a little bit into my poetry bag. Hip hop and jazzy. So if you will, it's a lyrical paint party. And I dip my brush into hip hop, jazz, and poetry, and I'm just painting portraits lyrically in this gallery exhibit. And so I'm really excited for people to experience it and just take the journey with me. I actually have a listening party, exclusive listening party tomorrow. It's like a pay what you want kind of thing. You can go to my Instagram, click the link in the bio. The proceeds are going to benefit the students that I work with here in my city, through the next generation of creatives. So if y'all want to check out the project with me and chill, relax tomorrow, you definitely can do that.
People, we will meet her there tomorrow for the listening party. We all going to tune in. Everybody that's under this voice, everybody that's watching this right now, and that's going to be watching it later, we are going to show up tomorrow to support because I already know it's going to be dope. It's going to be crazy. So you can expect me to be in the building. I'm in these two seats because Spirit Airline make me buy two because I'm a little bit bigger than everybody else, but I'm going to be there nonetheless. So that your Instagram name is exactly how you have it up right there. So for those that have hard time spelling, it's right there. So don't ask how did we get on there? It's right there.
Yo, why'd you pat your head like that?
That's how you want to right there.
I don't know how to do it.
Now I'm not in the mood. Okay, so when you see this, when somebody pat their head like this, they mean business.
You're funny.
What's next for you, Bump?
Well, I can't be as open as sis was, as far as like.
Okay.
But I got a lot in the works. Like I mean, I haven't had this much in the queue since Man vs. Machine dropped. Like there's literally, I've got the confirmation, everybody's on board. Like, yo, like I was the last Instagram post I said I accidentally made 3 more projects trying to finish the one basically. So we'll have something to announce like very soon. Obviously, we're focusing on AI's project that drops, and then man, in a perfect world, at least 3. You're gonna get 3 projects from me this year, maybe even 4. Some joint stuff. You know what I'm saying? So.
Got you. But in the interim, y'all, make sure you still can go pick up Pain and Paragraphs, Man vs. the Machine. Y'all go knock those in your studio, in your stereos tonight, because tomorrow we gonna vibe out with AI. So please make sure go to God Over Money Records, because I'm pretty sure that all the announcements that you ever need will be on there. Follow them on their Instagram, and just keep on looking out and keep on supporting because like I said, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate both of y'all for stepping out on faith and just following what God told y'all to do, because it blesses and it has helped people like me who straddled the fence at one time, who was unsure how cool it might be to come on the Christian side because we dibbled and dabbled in so many things, but to see y'all two stand firm. And Bumps, I shared with you, kind of, where I was, but like your music, it definitely made me understand that Christ is cool in everything. And you made it cool for me to say, you know what, I'm saved and I'm still dope. You know what I'm saying? And AI, you show a lot of people that being different and sticking to your guns is definitely it's true to self, because your music is dope, what you put out is dope, your energy, your vibes is dope. And so I appreciate both of y'all for coming on to the show and tapping into the Chris Dillard Experience. And I'm looking forward to hearing these projects coming up. And yeah, any last words from either of you two?
No,
just
man,
wanted
just
to
thank you for
interject one
having us
thing.
on. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And I apologize. I don't mean to make this a shameless plug, but you can also get my last mixtape that I dropped last year called Vin Sessions. All the original records are on streaming
Yes.
services, but you can download the whole joint. You can go to my bio or the Got Over Money app, Got Over Money website, all that stuff. Yeah, so
And
it's easy.
download that. And
Download
download
the app.
that's on my treadmill list along with AI's East Side. That's on my treadmill list.
That's
So
what's up.
when I'm getting it in, that's my work right there. So y'all, please make sure y'all go support. It's going down, man. And as always, y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming on, and I look forward to hearing the many more announcements that y'all have. And AI, we be there tomorrow. We're gonna turn up.
Dope. Thank you so
Yep.
much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Man, thank y'all. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you,
y'all.
man.
Be blessed. Stay safe in this pandemic.
You too,
Yeah, no
bro.
doubt. You too.
All right, take care.
Peace.
Man. So as always, y'all, that was God Over Money in the building, man. And it's always a blessing, man. Shout out to them for taking a moment out their busy schedule, because I know, it's just a lot going on right now. For them to come and tap in with your boy on the Chris Dillard Experience, it's always been a blessing. And then right now, man, I want to bring on our last guest for the day. When I first seen him on Instagram, I was like, man, this dude is dope. You know what I'm saying? And I started following him, and I started watching his what he does, what God does through him. And it's just been blessing me and blessing so many others. And I was like, man, I gotta get him on the show. Just because like his energy is crazy, what he does is crazy, and it's a blessing to be able to see one of the things that he uses to minister to the people. So without further ado, I want to bring my big homie on to the show, Mr. One Purpose. What's good?
Yo, what's happening, man? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm blessed, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good, all is well, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. You put your little Barry White voice on. Hey, man, everything is good. We all is
Man,
well. Huh?
it's just that southern hospitality, man. That's all you hearing, bro.
So, man, what you got going on, man? I
Man,
see you
it's man, everything, man. See, bro, the mindset, man, is when you live it in purpose and on purpose, man, you always got something going. You always got some type of motion going. It's not a time where you at a stop or a standstill unless God just got you in that place. Because we got 24 hours in a day. And so partially time, some of that time is rest, some of that time is family, and the rest you spend getting to it, man. Planting seeds where you need to plant them, providing inspiration, ministry, enlightenment to those that are in need, man, and duplicating yourself to others that are on the same path you on, man. So that's what I got going on, man. We working, we shoot videos, we got different things in motion right now, bro. But it's just putting in that work, man, making sure you are fulfilling the purpose that's been given to you.
Absolutely. So how hard has it been because when you do what you do, like you go into places that like the average person might be scared to go, or they might not, you know what I'm saying? So you don't mind doing what you do and what you love where God tells you to go. So how has that been with the whole pandemic thing going on? Like what kind of bold and faith like does that entail? Like, because I know, you just gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, that's a great question, bro. To be quite honest, man, um, I started just doing ministry from my phone. Um, I mean, I was doing I danced at some churches early on when I first started, but there had came a point that was when I was dancing with my partner Desiree. She's passed now, but when Desiree passed, things kind of slowed down for me, in the early 2000s. And so I felt that a shift was happening in my life, and I knew God wanted me to kind of shift my mindset on how I did ministry and how I was doing mime at the time. And so I said, man, let me pick up this phone and just start recording myself. I was talking to my creative director, Jawan Mills, man, pick up your phone. And so, man, I started just recording myself. I would set my phone up on a food tray and stack some books up and get a canned good and prop my phone up behind that canned good and press record, go dance and come back. And so I was doing that for quite some time, bro. And so when the pandemic hit, I'm telling you all that to lead up to what's going on now. So when the pandemic hit, it wasn't really nothing new to me because I was already putting out work from my phone. You know what I mean? I was already doing it. And so, you know, I had some ministry events and some things lined up that you know, they canceled and pushed back, but I didn't get discouraged because, you know, I had already been doing things, you know, way before pandemic. So it didn't stop. It just was like, okay, it's time to just keep record more videos. That's what we go do now. So, you know, I wasn't disheartened. I felt like it was now even more a greater time to put in that work because more people got their phones in their hand. They got their iPads and their laptops. And so it was more time for really the people to step up, those that are in, you know, that are dancers, that are mimes, just in general, the body. It was really time for us to kind of just step up and pick up them phones, man, and get to work, bro.
Absolutely. So I know you thought this was going to be an interview, but I really brought you on the show because I heard that you used to be in a breakdancing group in high school. And so me and three of my big fat friends, we got our own breakdancing group, and we really wanted to challenge y'all to a dance off. And I thought that this would be my only way to get in touch with you because you're so busy. So I challenge you right now to a breakdance contest real soon. In an undisclosed location, do you accept?
Man, can I bring my homies? Cause if you said you bringing your boys, can I bring my homies?
There's three of them, but we look like 7 people, so I guess you can kind of bring. I'll let you bring 2 of them. And it's gonna be in a neutral dance location somewhere that represents us. So it's probably gonna be at like Burger King or Wendy's or something. But it's going down. You tell me where, when, and we gonna meet you there. And we get there.
Look, you challenging me, man. So you just tell me, and we'll pull up. We'll pull up to you.
There we go, because it's going down. So how was it in the transformation from breakdancing, the art of that, and then tapping into the art of miming and then adding all of those elements? How was that transition with going from only breakdancing to the tapping into the rest of it and making it all come together, the creativity?
Sure. So it was a very unique situation, Chris. Me and my homies in school, we used to break dance and battle cats. And so around that time, man, my mentor, he was already miming, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, man, you ever thought about miming? And so I was like, nah, but I tried, you know? And so he'll bring me into a couple of practices with him and his sister. And, you know, I was doing it. And so what happened was we went to a conference in Florida, in Orlando. And I seen this group on stage called the Mime Boys. Mm-hmm. And what really touched me, man, was how people was touched and influenced by what they were doing. And, you know, miming is really ain't nothing but breakdancing with makeup on, in a sense, you know, in a grand scale, it's that, you know, but you know, you put the ministry piece on it and you flow, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I could really do this. And so when we came back, I started getting more involved with his group. And what happened? So we used to dance in the hallways a lot, and it was coming close to Black History Month. And the language arts teacher, she pulled me in. She said, I would like for you guys to do something for the Black History program. Do you have any ideas? And the bells went off. I wasn't thinking breakdance. And I said, have you ever heard of mime? And she said, yes, I have. She said, do you want to do that? I said, yeah. And so I'm telling my homies, I'm speaking for them like they go do it and I ain't even know it, right? So I'm saying, yeah, we'll do it. And so I went to my homies. I said, look, man, I was asked, could we do something for the Black History program? And I told them we'll do it. And I was like, oh, I said, but it's a catch. I said, we're going to be doing mine. And so one of my homies, he kind of knew. I said, I'm going to show y'all the tape. So, back then it's a VHS tape. So I popped the tape in and they was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And so it was very unique, man. And that's really, to be honest, that's when I really felt like, man, okay, it's time to do it. And so, bro, we did it, back then we did it for each period. And man, just looking at my peers, man, crying and saying, man, how it touched them, that did something to me, bro. That did something to me. It's like I kind of, in a sense, I felt like I belonged, that I had something that I had for me, kind of like my purpose, bro, that it was truly touching the lives of others, bro. So that's how it transitioned from breakdancing to mine.
Yeah, it truly is a blessing, because you mentioned one thing and you mentioned one thing and I believe you said that um, performing was no longer just about expressing, but it's being a mirror for others to see themselves through the performance.
Yeah.
And I think that was like such a dope comment because ultimately you tell a story that a lot of us don't know how to tell. You
Yeah.
tell a story that a lot of us don't know how to um, we don't even know how to express that. But the way that you help us that don't have a voice, or to help us that is trying to express that, you do it for us through the miming experience. And I say it's an experience because you're not just watching somebody do something to music, but you're watching somebody tell a story. And I think that's what separates, like, your story. It's helping so many people to shake off so many things. It's helping so many people to feel free. It's helping so many people um, to get hope back. It's helping so many people to want to work on what they're working on. And one of my favorite ones was They Don't Know.
Yeah.
And when I say the story, like, that one speaks for me.
Yeah.
They don't know. And
Yeah.
so, I appreciate you for being as bold as you are, because you tell the story for so many people.
Yeah, Chris, bro, to be honest, man, this art form ministry, bro, is really, it's changed my life. It's been a sense of therapy for me, to be quite honest, bro. Everybody has their thing that's therapy for them, but miming is my therapy. People often say, man, you touch me, man. That really touched me. But bro, what people don't know, man, is it's dealing with me. You know what I mean? It's touching me. It's like I can go look at a video, bro, and I don't even see myself. Like, I don't even know who that guy is. You can tell me, hey man, can you do a mime? And then be like, man, I have to really truly get in that place, because that's how God be dealing with me. And so I just asked him, man, like, I feel like I can't be effective, bro, if I haven't experienced. I can't be effective to the people And so I ask God, man, give me songs, give me words, or give me poetry, or give me sounds that meet the needs of the people right where they are, you know. So, you know, even down to that, because I feel like if you can't meet the people where they are, then what you doing it for? You know, who you doing it for? Why are you doing it? And so, you know, that they don't know. That's a personal experience. You know what I mean? Like we can go, we can pick out videos and all those experience to some shape or form. Like when I transition from this earth, bro, I want my kids, people I mentor, my mentees, my relatives. I want them to be able to go back and start from day one, to be able to say, okay, this is part of his story, and they'll be able, if they really look, they'll be able to understand situations, circumstances I was going through in life based upon the work I was putting out. And so, and I thank God for that, because He's allowing me to share my story through the ministry, bro. Like I said, it's therapy, man. So thank you for that, bro. Absolutely.
Amen. Nah, thank you. I wanted to play. I wanted to touch and play because I know what it did for me. So I wanted to kind of play a little bit of it for all of my viewers and the listeners and the people out there, because I wanted y'all to see one of the things that I feel like is a part of my testimony. So I wanted to play a little bit of wanted to play a little bit of it. So that's what we gonna do. Um, so whew, yeah, this one was the one. This one was the one for me.
You don't know what I've been through. Let me share my story with you. All the things that He brought me through. My stormy days and my rainy days. You don't know all the tears I've cried. The things I've kept bottled up inside. Trying my best to be strong, waiting on God and holding on. You don't know what I had to endure, and you wonder why I'm so sure. 'Cause my Father never lets me down. He's always around, even when I can't see. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You don't know how many times I prayed over and over, but my situation didn't change. Never changed, but just when I felt like it was the end, you came and you did it again. You did it again, and you did it again. Oh, I know you got a story too. How God stepped in and made a way for you. He wiped every one of your tears, yeah. And He's the reason you're still here.
Cardio burns fat, right? No.
It's crazy.
Cardio actually burns calories, usually in the form of carbs.
It's amazing. And what's amazing is those words that said, you don't know how many times I prayed, but my situation never changed. It said it felt like it was the end, but you came and you did it like, yo, man, so many times in life, man, the devil, so many times, so many obstacles that we face, so many times the trials and the tribulations come, and if you're not, um, if you're not full on the goodness of God, if you're not full on knowing who you are, the things that is sent to devour you often sometimes feel like they're winning. And even when you feel like you're in Christ, it's still sometimes that come and you like, Lord, are you still there? Are you still? I'm like, why are you not hearing me, God? Like, I'm screaming out to you. It's been so many times. And I remember when I first seen you minister that, I was in a time where I was like, Lord, I don't hear you.
Wow.
I don't hear you. I don't know where you are. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying to you about so much right now. And I had to get to the point where it was almost like God even speaks in the silence.
Yeah.
And right when I was at the end and I was at that point where I just was like, you know what, forget it. He did it again.
Yeah.
He did it again, man. And he's a God that does it again. He's a God that keeps doing it. It might not be when we wanted to do. It might not be in that moment that we feel it should be done. But when he does it, it's always on time. So thank you, man, because you did it that day, but that video carries on and it's catching so many people in their moment of wanting to give up, and it makes them realize that he's going to do it again.
Bro, you know, I thank God for it. But like I told you, man, that I can remember that time, bro, you know. And I think too, man, what God be doing through me. He put me through my own trials. He allowed me to go through my own things, but in that moment, he allowed me to feel the weight of the people. You know what I'm talking about? Like he allowed me to feel like what folks be going through to be able to effectively touch whoever might view it, you know. And so, you know, I get emotional just watching it because I ain't even me. You know, that's not me, bro. And so, man, I'm so grateful, bro. I be in awesome time of how God be doing stuff through me, man. And I don't take it for granted, bro. I'm so grateful because like he chose me, you know, and I'm his handiwork. And so I feel like I gotta give it all I got. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta give it all I got, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's just thank you for being obedient, man. So what's next for you?
Right now working with Shout Films. We got a project. I don't want to say the name, but we got a project we're working on. It's really we taking it to the next level. It's go really touch some lives, man. It's a personal piece, and we really evolve the mindset of people with this project. We're gonna start taping in a couple of weeks from now, and I'm also doing stuff, man. You know what's also you mentioned during the pandemic, bro. I've been having a lot of independent artists reach out to do videos for them, but I can't put them out. But like a lot of independent, I have some inspirational, some gospel artists. I've had a quartet group reach out, and so I've been doing a lot of those videos and sending them to them. I haven't been able to. I can't put them out, but I just thought about that, and so I'm doing a lot of that stuff now too, bro. A lot of people reach out wanting some videos done with the mind and not necessarily them in it, and so I got that. And then of course I have a show riding with purpose, highlighting people that are living and truly walking in their purpose, and we got that coming this year. Updating the website. About to start working on doing some tutorials through my website. Working on that as well.
And shout out, you know, for those that might be looking to also reach out to you in regards to some music or booking you for anything, go ahead and shout those streams out for 'em.
Yeah, so you can go to onepurposemime.com. That's the number one purposemime.com. You can reach me there on all social media platforms. It's the number one purpose mind. Whatever you need, you just wanna reach out. You can reach out. You got a question. You want to just look at some content. You feel like being inspired. We dropping content every day just to make sure the people are fed, because there's people out there searching. And if they come across my page, I pray they find something that'll fulfill them, or whatever it is they're looking for. But all the social media channels is One Purpose Mind. Website is onepurposemime.com.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you could mime anywhere in the world, and you was able to do that, whether you get flown there or regardless, but if you could have your pick of that one place that's like, man, if I mined in this one place, like that would do it. What would be one place that you could see yourself miming at, on those very grounds?
It's a great question, bro. Um, to be honest, I don't have a well, I've always wanted to dance in New York. I always wanted to minister in that traffic, in that flow, you know.
Mhm.
But if I was to say a person, it's always been on my bucket list to do a live event with Yolanda Adams.
Ooh,
And so
oh, now you trying to send
yeah,
me over.
yeah. So I've shared this with her quite a few times in the DM, and she's seen it. And so I'm just putting it out there again. That's on my bucket list, is to do something live with Yolanda Adams. So I know you said location, but if it was one person that I would love to minister and work with, would be Yolanda Adams.
Got you in that, and we're gonna send this to her, because that's somebody also who I respect, also
Yeah,
ministry
yeah.
wise and area wise. Like I've always said, if it was, and I've toured and opened up for a lot of people, I've performed on a lot of stages, I've done a lot of work. But if I could tour with, she would be on my top three people to tour with, and
Yeah,
be that tour, like, what I mean, to bring that comedy relief and to just do me.
that's right.
It would be Lorna Adams, it would be God Over Money,
Okay.
and then it would be Kenton Jones. Like
Mm,
them would be my dream tours to MC. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And Kirk Franklin or Ty Tribbett too,
Yep.
because Ty Tribbett, he
Yeah, he
take
go crazy.
for his shows.
Yeah, he
So
go crazy. He go crazy. He
yeah,
leave it all out there on the stage.
oh, and I'm just like, man, I'm fat, but I'm just
Right.
still here. It's-
Right.
So,
For
so
sure.
Ty Tribbett, I could turn up with Ty, and I could turn up with Kirk too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's dope, man. So I
Yeah.
believe that God is gonna open that door for you.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
I don't know when.
We touch and agree. No
I
doubt.
don't know when, but through your obedience, I believe, and it might not be on the mat. It might not be exactly how you see it, because God
Yeah.
might have a whole different way of doing it. But I believe
Yeah.
that if you stay obedient, God is going to open that door for you.
I mean, hey, look, bro, I don't care if I pull up to her crib and she's singing on the sidewalk of her crib. Like, it don't have to be an event. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I can meet her at the Kroger or wherever the grocery store. Look, and she can just sing it. Bro, that's that, because, bro, I got some questions to ask her about some of the music she put out. Like, I know some of the stuff she was going through. I could feel it through the music, man. I just want to be able to, connect, man. But yeah, for sure.
So Yolanda, if you going to Kroger soon, can you just let us know and meet him in aisle? Humble, who that woman with the eggs? And just go ahead and dance. Go ahead over there and be good. Yolanda, we're gonna find you in Kroger, setting it off, going down. Boom.
Hey, look, Yolanda, you already following me, so it ain't nothing but just hitting the line.
That's
I
it.
fly out for real.
Absolutely. Real quick before we go, man. Word of encouragement for those that's because I know and I want the people to understand that it's a difference, but it's a difference, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a difference between miming, praise dancing.
Yeah. So that's a lot of the praise dancers in the ministry world of dance, bro. They be trying to, man, it's too technical, bro. You know what I mean? Um, Praise dance can be a form. Mime can be a form of praise dance. You know what I mean? But they are separate. You know.
Yeah.
So for the technical side, yeah, it's a difference. But if it's praise dance,
Mm-hmm.
mime is under the umbrella. You know what I mean? Liturgical dance is under umbrella. That's my opinion because it's all dance. At the end of the day, mime is just a division of dance because what you're doing, you dancing, you acting, you moving. So it's all up under that. But yeah, it's a difference, at the long scope, but
Yeah.
it's a
And
difference.
your word of encouragement for those that's miming or praise dancing that wants to step out on faith and be different and use their creativity, but they kind of scared of what people might think. What's your final words of wisdom and encouragement for those that are maybe struggling to just be themselves and step out on faith?
Yeah. So in 2012, 2013, man, I was stuck in a place of trying to transition on how I actually did mine and how I and what selections I was picking the songs, and I had to be confident that I was doing it for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And once I found that confidence, I said, okay, it's okay because when you know your purpose, man, it ain't nothing that should stop you. The biggest thing you could do if you're in that place is step out and just do it. One
Absolutely.
thing I constantly did was I danced by myself. I got
Yeah.
in my living room, turn on the music, and I would just dance. And so what I was doing was I was breaking down that old mindset. I was making that old mindset die. I had to kill it because in order for me to kill it, to get to that new place, I had to break free from where I was from and why I was thinking those thoughts. So if I could offer any words of encouragement or advice, just start putting in that physical work. And as you start breaking away and tearing down that flesh, man, God's go enter in. See, I think sometimes, man, in the community, we say, man, I'ma just wait. I'ma just wait. Nah, you need to go ahead and work that muscle. And as you working that muscle, that physical man is just gonna die. He go die, he go break down, and that'll allow the supernatural, that'll allow you to tap into that realm where it can start penetrating and touching your heart so he can speak to you clearly. So that's what
Mm.
I will offer to the dance world, man, for sure.
Man, I appreciate that, man. So, like always, man, I appreciate you for taking time out your busy schedule to come chop it up with us, man. And again, man, keep on letting God use you because it's people like me who you probably have never had known unless you heard it
No,
from our mouth that what you do has spoke to us in ways that you probably couldn't even imagine. So,
thank
um,
God.
I appreciate you for stopping through the Chris Dillard Experience, and we look forward to hearing many more updates on what you're working on with the company. And yeah, so everybody, make sure y'all go follow One Purpose Mind. Again, if you're looking to book him, if you have like, if you whatever you're looking for, make sure you email him or make sure you reach out to him on all social media platforms. And go to his page and support. Watch the videos. Let them minister to you because I promise you, he has something that will tell your story. I promise you. So, man, you be blessed in this pandemic, man. And
Bless
again,
you,
I look
bro.
forward to hearing the good report of that connection, that kingdom
Yeah.
connection that God's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
provide for you and her. I look forward to that. And yeah, man, you be blessed, man, and I will see you.
Blessings, bro. Let me know if I can do anything for you too, man. Hit me on the DM.
Absolutely, I got you.
For sure. All right,
All
bro.
right,
In a minute,
man.
man. Gone.
As always, people, another week in the bag of the Chris Dillard Experience, and to think, man, that God is not even through with me yet. Next week, I dare you to stay tuned because we got the one, the only Kenton Jones in the building to talk about his concert that he got coming up. So make sure y'all tap in so y'all can see the Kenton Jones. And on top of that, we got Travis Malloy in the building himself. Travis Malloy and Kenton Jones on the same day at the same place on the Chris Dillard Experience. I holla. I see y'all. Great day.